If you feel like your motion graphics are on one level, but your sound design is on another, it's because you're treating it as a last-minute add-on instead of a professional system. You don't need more sound effects, you just need a better process. Here's my 6-step strategy to level up your motion graphics sound design. Let's go. Number 1 is the layered cake strategy. Think of your sound as 3 layers of a cake. Layer 1 is the transient, the impact, the click or the pop. Layer 2 is going to be the body, the movement, anything that mimics the movement of your graphic. And layer 3 is going to be the texture, the character. Pro tip is to use the subframe nudge to sync your audio more precisely with your graphic. Go to the Fairlight page, hold in Control and use the arrow keys to move your sound effect left or right. This lets you nudge the audio in tiny increments to hit the exact peak of your motion graphic. Now, even though today is all about sound design, you might have noticed the sketchnote graphic I'm using to break down these concepts. I actually learned how to plan and create this by joining a few classes on Skillshare. I recently finished the Visual Thinking with AI, turn any concept into a sketchnote and infographic using Google Gemini by Kasia Pill, and it's been a massive help. It's not just about the tools, it's about the process. Kasia shows you how to use Google Gemini to turn a complex idea into a beautiful sketchnote or infographic in any style that you want. I used her workflow to create this graphic I'm using in this video. And it really impacted my craft by getting rid of that blank page frustration I usually hit during the design phase. Skillshare has creative classes taught by world-class creatives like professional illustrators, renowned graphic designers, and successful entrepreneurs. It's the best place to learn a creative skill or pick up a new hobby. If you're looking to reconnect with your creativity and maybe avoiding brain rot, Skillshare is where humans come to learn from other humans. The first 500 people to use my link in the description or scan the QR code will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Go check it out. Number 2 is going to be panning, creating a 3D space for your motion graphic. Whenever your motion graphic moves from the left of the screen to the right of the screen, your audio should do the same thing. You can do that in the Fairlight page, or even easier, you can do it in the Edit page. In the Audio tab, use the keyframes to pan your audio from left to right. Number 3 is the high pass filter secret. When you use a lot of whooshes, there's a lot of muddiness in the middle. So to get rid of the muddiness in the Fairlight page, open up your EQ and filter everything out between 200 and 400 Hz. By doing that, they won't compete with your voiceovers or your music tracks anymore. You don't have to do this with every single whoosh. If there's nothing to compete with, you don't have to high pass them. Number 4 is to rethink reverb for depth. Whenever you want to use reverb, it just makes it sound so much better. But don't overuse this. Use the Fairlight reverb, select any of the presets and turn down the wet dry to around about 15%. You don't want to hear the reverb, you just want to notice when it's not there. Number 5 is speed ramping the audio. The same way that you're speed ramping your motion graphic, or if you're using easy ease motion, your audio needs to match that. This is very easy and it's something that not a lot of people talk about. You can use the elastic wave and warp markers to control certain parts of your sound effect. In the Fairlight page, right click on your sound effect, go to elastic wave and select vary speed. Also make sure that the elastic view is selected. On the sound effect, holding control and you see a plus icon appear. There you can add warp markers, because you can add as many as you want. By adding warp markers, you can drag any part of the sound effect to change the speed of that part. When you adjust the warp markers or slow down the audio, the natural pitch of that audio will also drop. You can also use the elastic wave to change the character of the sound by stretching it as a whole instead of placing warp markers. And number 6, the last one, but that's the most important one, is the pro sidechain ducking. Usually the music and the voiceover compete with your sound effects of your motion graphics. And manually keyframing your music every time a graphic appears is a massive waste of time. Go into the Fairlight page, open the dynamics panel on your music track. In the sidechain section, select your sound effects track as the source, activate the compressor and change the threshold until you see some gain reduction happening. Now the music will automatically duck whenever a sound effect triggers and pops back up instantly when it's over. This is the optimized workflow summary at the bottom of the sketch note. By the way, if you want to download the sketch note, you can download it for free. The link is in the description. This just lays everything out beautifully. The first one is spotting. Mark hits and turns. Using markers on your timeline, you can quickly map where you want sound design on your motion graphics. Use shift and the up and down arrows to move quickly between those markers on your timeline. Number 2 is layering, stacking the 3 distinct sounds on your sound design. Again, if the sound doesn't need that, don't do it. Number 3 is syncing, using the control and arrow keys to move the sound effect up and down your timeline with more precision. And then number 4 is EQing, apply the high pass filter and clean up the muddiness on your mix. And number 5, use the sidechain ducking so that your sound effects doesn't get lost in the mix. Let me know in the comments if you found any of this helpful, and you can download the sketch note for free, the link's in the description. Thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next one.